Welcome back to TechSpace, and in this tutorial we're going to be going over user input. Now, before we go over this topic, please give me a like and subscribe to my channel for future videos that will be coming out, and of course this playlist as well. I have tons of great videos on technology, so you can go ahead and check them out. But let's get straight into user input. So we've talked about variables, output, but how do we get users to input information in C++? What we're going to want to do is delete all of this real fast. Delete everything in this whole program, and if you need to leave the output line with cout to just as a reference because you don't remember, that's fine. If not, write it down somewhere. But what we're going to want to do is create a variable within the main function, and it's going to be called float. I'm going to name it x, and it's set equal to 5.6. And then what I'm going to do is create another variable called float y and make it empty. So just put the semicolon without setting it equal to anything. We're going to go ahead and say cout variable x. Well, what we're going to say cout and put a string that says the answer dot parenthesis, or not parenthesis, sorry, less than, and then x, and then we're going to end that line. So what we should see is it's going to cout the answer, print out x, the value of x, and then end the line. Now in the second line, what we're going to say is enter a value and end the line. Now we're going to go ahead and just run this program just to see what we have. And it says the answer is 5.6 because the answer x is 5.6, and enter a value. So if we want the user to enter a value again, we have to have some way for them to have them to store it, which we do, is y, and it's stored in a float, which means they have to enter a number value. So maybe we should prompt them to enter a number, and that they could use a decimal if they want, but also they have to have, it has to prompt them and let them enter a value. So what we're going to do is close this out, go back, and under all of this, go to this and type CIN, which is going to stand for console input, space, greater than, and then put the variable that you want the user to store that information in. So in this case it's y, and then we're going to end that. So now when we run this, it will say the answer is 5.6 and enter a value, and it allows us to enter a value for y. So when we enter the value and click enter, the program's over. So the last thing we're going to want to do is create an output that shows the user the value they just entered, just because we want to make sure that we're getting the same information. So we're going to create an output, a console output, that just says cout less than the value you entered. And the reason I'm doing this is because, again, repeating things sometimes, most of the time, helps you learn the whole concept, and not, I don't want to run through everything too fast. But again, we're just going to type in a string value that says the value you entered, less than, and the value y, which is now whatever the user entered. So as the program's running, it's saying, okay, there's value x, it's equal to 5.6, whatever. There's another float that's y, and it's not equal to nothing, whatever. But it says cout the answer x. Okay, what is x? 5.6. Then it says cout enter the value, which is just simply given to the user for them to read. And then they are prompted or given a choice to enter a value for y. And if they do, it will return that value to them using this last line of code. So the value entered y is going to be automatically stored in whatever they enter in this line will be stored in this variable, and then when we go to ask the program way down here at the end, what that variable is, it'll tell us that that variable is whatever the user entered. So we're going to go ahead and build and run this. And I don't want to, again, talk too fast, but you just have to program to, start to understand it. So if you have to watch the video 3 or 4 times, just watch it 3 or 4 times. But anyway, enter a value for y. We're going to go ahead and say 23.23. And it says right here, the value you entered is 23.23. So that's how this works. That's how input works. If you have any questions, comments, concerns, please leave a comment in the comment section below. Other than that, subscribe to my channel. Tons of great videos coming out. And if you want, continue to watch this playlist and learn C++. And by the end of the playlist, you'll be a professional with C++ and learn it fluently and be ready to learn another programming language or create your own app, software, whatever you want to do, whatever your ultimate goal is with computer programming. Other than that, thank you guys for watching. Again, I have tons of videos on technology, so go check out my channel, and I'll see you next time.